Yeah, there's no room for error now for Arsenal. But they look like they're just in great form. It's coincided, obviously, with the return of Martin Odegaard. Yeah. But it's whether that ground they lost is going to cost them come the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, the gap's there. We've spoken about that already, but I think the form that they're in attacking-wise was amazing to see. Some of the goals they scored at the weekend, Odegaard, we all know how vital he is for that team, and the stats against when he's not on the team and how that reflects the way that they play. The frustrating thing was conceding 2 goals in the first half, knowing how dominant they are at the other end of the field. I think that, for me, kind of has to be the focus. Keep as many clean sheets as possible and know that your forwards can go and create and they can go and score.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic sort of recovery from Arsenal, and you feel like keeping everyone fit, this should be something they can continue to the end of the season.
Yeah, this performance and the performance against Forest, I think, were definitely their best of the season, especially considering West Ham has been a bit of a bogey team for Arteta in the last couple of years. They needed a bigger win away from home, and I think it's those non-penalty goals that we're seeing again, because we know that Arsenal obviously reliable from the penalty spot, really good from set pieces, but it's their creativity from open play that I think a lot of fans and everyone have been struggling to see in recent weeks. But Forest game and this game, you saw that movement come back, you saw that confidence finish from Havertz. I think that makes a massive difference, and I think Wednesday's game against Manchester United is going to be really interesting.
You know what I think as well, Kels, just quickly on a couple of players that really need to, in this time where Arsenal can't afford to slip up unless Liverpool slip up, is like Martinelli and Jesus. But I think Martinelli, Jesus, Raheem Sterling. I think that this is a really big moment, this stage of the season, for them to step up if called upon to deliver something. They have to.
Do you think they can? I think, unfortunately for me, I just felt like they're 3, maybe Martinelli actually the most out of them.
Yeah.
Sterling, he had a great performance against Preston in the Cup, but we haven't seen yet what he can do.
This is what I'm saying, Flo.
Jesus has struggled since
but I think what needs to happen at different stages in the season, if they're called upon, they have to do it. It's not a case of like, oh, yeah, it's just not quite. They have to do it. Because for us to catch Liverpool, if that's the case, and probably try and get away from Chelsea the way they're going, you're going to need something else.
You need options.
Yeah, we can't just depend on that.
Does it help them that Odegaard's back, though? Because it seems to be helping all the attacking. But even Saka, who was doing well without him, is now flying. Now he's back in the side.
Yeah, but he helps everybody, and all that does was it just shows how great Saka is, because everybody else, you can almost see things kind of fall away with Odegaard. But like with Saka, he continued to do what he does, and then improved when Odegaard gets back.
And look at the difference when he's in the team.
It's like Rodri to City. We lose him and something's gone. Too many things work off of the back of him. He's that main cog.
People always say that, how can one player make such a difference? It's not him necessarily making the difference. It's the improvement that you get from the players around him.
Yeah, and you never really know if that's a feeling or just a footballing perspective, but for him I think it's both. I think the areas that he picks up the ball and the key passes through to Saka at the weekend, it was just beautiful. That's the kind of style of play that we love to see Arsenal play, and he is so vital when it comes to that kind of football.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so now the question is, keep it going. Like you said, the game against Manchester United is going to be huge for this, because it's a kind of unknown quantity, and Man United we'll talk about in detail a bit later on. But Manchester United look like they've clicked in some way under Ruben Amorim. Still very, very, very early days, but it's suddenly a new challenge.
Yeah, it is, and I